Today's 712 day that I'm here to share lessons I learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I want to speak about family and conflict resolution. There's of course a healthy conflict resolution and unhealthy conflict resolution. But today I want to specifically focus on 10 things that you need to know that about healthy conflict resolution. So when you know those 10 things, you'll know that your conflict resolution in your family is in the right place. And tomorrow we'll share unhealthy ways, but today let's focus on healthy ways how to handle conflict in your family. So number one is active listening. This is part of communication. You need to understand how to active listening, how to include in communication active listening, and how to include active listening in conflict specifically. Now, during conflict, what is easiest to do is tell your story and make other person to understand your perspective. That's easy to do. It's very hard to listen and try to understand other person and ask curious questions to try to understand. That is one of the most difficult to do. But when you're able to do that, when the family members are able to do that, both of them from both sides are able to include active listening into conflict resolution, is much easier because now both sides understand each other and now they're able to find the best solution. But now when both sides try to shout their ideas without trying to understand, they will never get to the bottom line. Number two is expressing feelings. So during conflicts, it is beneficial to express your feelings. That means that when you're able to express not just logic, but emotions, because we understand that we as people make emotional decisions. A lot of times we make decisions based on emotion. So we sometimes want to rationalize it, want to pursue with logic. But when we really include in conflict resolution, not just logic, but emotions and how those other people's actions made us feel, a lot of times people are much more willing to listen to what that made you feel rather than all the logic and rational behind it. So that means we need to express our emotions, we need to express our feelings to be able to be much more effective in conflict resolution, because emotions are the area where we connect to each other. When we communicate about logic, we disconnect a lot of times. But when we share our emotions and feelings, that's the moment when we start to connect back again. Number three is using I statements. Using I statements in conflict. That is very essential. So it means that you did this. You destroyed our relations. You, everything about you. That is one of the worst things to really conclude in conflict. But when you start saying that, when you said that, I felt that you don't care about me. When you did that, I felt that you didn't thought of what I will feel about it. So that means I statements, how you, I think this is part of expressing feelings and saying what I did it, what I felt it when something happened. That means that the emphasis is on you rather than other person. So when the emphasis is taken out of other person, that other person doesn't feel threatened. And because now your focus is on you, not another person could be open up and really start saying that I'm sorry that I made you feel this way. I didn't intend. My intention was totally different, and I will not do the same thing because I don't want to hurt you. So while when you say that you hurt me, and you did this and you destroyed everything, that means that other person will defend their state. So I statements is super powerful in conflict resolution. Number four is empathy. Empathy. That means that we need to be able to put ourselves in other person's shoes and trying to understand where they're coming from, where they are coming from. Because I know that empathy sometimes could be superpower. And I think that the more you do, the more you're trying to put in yourself in other people's shoes, the better you're able to do that. So empathy is a skill. If you never use it, that means you need to be gentle with you and you need to start using slowly and try to really understand, okay, how does that person feel? So how is supposed to understand? And go and try to understand their perspective and then ask, did I understand you well? Did I got you well? based on the information that I have, this is what they feel. This is what they feel that you feel. This is what they feel that is your station. Did they get it right or not? And if you didn't get it right, they will correct you and will be happy to do so. But of course, you need to have that empathy to try to put yourself in another person's shoes, because genuine interest and curiosity will always open the doors. Number 5 in healthy conflict resolution is seeking compromise. Seeking compromise. Now, of course, everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to have something for themselves, because hand is like this, and everything is into us. But we need to learn how to compromise, how to find common ground, how to find that golden middle. Now, of course, most likely will never be golden middle. Sometimes it could be, but sometimes it not. Conflict resolution could be who will wear certain shoes. So you're not able to split shoes in one. Of course, both of them will not be happy. If we have 2 pairs of shoes, one is black, one is brown, you're not able to split in half and it will be one black and one brown. No, you need to find a way how you're able to split those shoes. So one shoe pair will be to one person, other shoe pair will be to other person. So how to handle this kind of conflict when there is no win-win situation? It's more like one person will win a little bit more, another person will win a little bit less. But now maybe there is something in between that you're able to discuss to make sure that both sides are happy and really able to make something work out. And that's what I said. Compromise is very, very essential, and there's different compromises in different conflict. Number 6 is taking breaks. Taking breaks. I truly believe in taking breaks. It's a powerful tool. So it means when you have a conflict, it could be tiring conflict, and you not need to deal with conflict right away. Maybe you're able to really, the conflict gets a little bit heated. Okay, it seems that our discussion gets a little bit more heated than I would love to have this conversation with. Maybe able to take a break for an hour. Maybe maybe for 24 hours. Let's come back with ideas and let's discuss more how we could find a way to deal with this conflict. It's not that this conflict will transform or destroy our lives today or tomorrow. It could be a few times, but 99% of situations are not life-threatening situations. So you're able to take a break. You're able to reflect. You're able to get your mood back. You're able to have your strength back and really think it over and come back and discuss in a better way. Number 7 is conflict resolution skills. Conflict resolution skills. So that means if you want to really have healthy conflict resolution, we really need to go and find opportunities where we're able to improve those skills. We're able to read books, attend seminars, YouTube lessons, some kind of mentorships, like multiple areas in your life, in our lives that we're able to improve. Conflict resolution is a skill. Like empathy is a skill, conflict resolution is a skill. So that means that able and really practice how we could really communicate, how we able to find that golden middle, how we able to find win-win situation, how we able to compromise. So that those skills could be developed. So that means we're able to practice it and find different ways how to learn it. Number 8 is using neutral language. That is very, very powerful. I will never allow anyone really communicate with me in a very high pitch or very angry tone. I will walk away. There's nobody in life that I will not walk away, because unless, of course, I work for that person and I need. No, probably is. I truly believe that it's never supposed to allow anyone to increase their voice for any reason. It means that every single situation in life could be discussed over neutral language. Neutral language. That's why when we have boundaries in place, we're able to communicate that if we are heating up, that means maybe we are needing to take a break again. Taking a break, coming back. And again, when you're able to have that neutral language, then you know that it's a healthy conflict resolution. Because a lot of times people are shouting to each other and increase their volume and speed, and then they're not able to hear themselves anymore. So neutral language is essential in healthy conflict resolution. Number 9 is setting clear expectations. Setting clear expectations so that we need to understand how we need to handle those conflicts, those boundaries, what's in place. Again, the tonality, speed, like we're able to discuss that what are the boundaries of this conflict resolution, what we will expect that is right and what is not right. So when you have those expectations, how that will look like in place before you start to really discuss, you're able to have that much better. Because if something goes out of the boundaries, you're able to say that, okay, we are out of the boundaries, let's take a break, let's come back after a day, because we agreed that if something like happens like this, then we need to leave this conflict for a day or for a couple hours to come back later. So boundaries and expectations are very, very important. And we can expectations say that, okay, let's set expectations that we will deal with this in next week. Maybe let's have expectation to deal with this in next month. Or maybe we have something very urgent. Maybe you need to do today, but maybe not in one sitting. Number 10, and the last one that I have in my list in the moment for conflict resolution is seeking mediation. So that means that it could be that if you could be a husband and spouse and they really want to find a way how to communicate with each other, and they never find a way to communicate. I truly believe in mentorships and guidance, sometimes in therapy. Therapy is a powerful tool. A lot of times people have a bad feeling about therapy, but I'm a huge believer in therapy. A huge believer. And sometimes when you're able to have that, a person who is really expert in having those conversations, able to really ask the right questions, to open up both sides that they could share openly. Because a lot of times I think that there's a lot of times misconnection with conflict resolution because people do not share fully. And they think that other person is supposed to know something, but they do not know. They are not mind readers. And people sometimes do not understand that. And I think that when some of this other person is able to ask questions and really ask those curious questions, people are able to open up, and those people are able to understand each other much more because of that. And of course, as part of that conflict resolution skills, that being able to really be curious and ask yourself each other questions, and being good in active listening, because when you have that active listening, a lot of things could come up more easily because we understand each other better. We understand what each other we want, what we care about. And that means it's easier to find a win-win situation when you understand what other person exactly wants. Maybe other person wants something totally different, but we fight for the same thing. So that means that by being able to understand each other is one of the best things to really finish all the conflicts. Because most conflicts are misunderstandings. So that means if we're able to really get rid of those misunderstandings, most likely those conflicts will disappear altogether. So of course, again, conflict resolution in the family or anywhere in life, that is a big, big topic. And of course, I will want to learn even more that, because I have a tendency to really sometimes take it back and really say that we need to think about it a little bit too much to really to deal with it. So I'm more of sometimes could be to avoidance side, because I want to take some time to really reflect what happened, and then let's discuss that. And some people are too fast, and some maybe too slow. So I was probably a little bit too slow, but I learned that, and I learned that we're not supposed to delay conflicts as well for a week, but we're able to take a break. We take a break for 2 hours, maybe a day, 24 hours. But what is more important when taking a break, when you're delaying or potentially avoiding, you need to take a break for a specific time, but you need to agree on that time. We need to say that person that, okay, let's deal with this tomorrow at 2 p.m. So that person who really wants to deal with everything immediately has that clear expectation when that will happen. So setting those clear expectations is very, very important, including really setting the time for conflict resolution, because not all conflicts are supposed to be dealt at the moment. Of course, it's much better to deal at the moment because you're able to move on and take a lot of different actions regarding maybe all the problems that you have to deal with. But sometimes taking a break is the best thing to do. So I hope you will reflect on how you deal with conflicts, and you will find different ways how you can get better as well, and find books that potentially could allow you to be much better, because conflict is essential life. You will never find a conflict-free life unless you trying Unless you're living in a comfort zone, you're not trying to pursue something meaningful. But when you're trying to pursue something very, very meaningful, trying to pursue big things in life, conflict resolution becomes more and more important. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.